welcome to this very short introduction to the Gwent rules and how to play it with the beautiful decks that were attached to the expansion Hearts of Stone to the Witcher 3 Wild Hunt. If you have the expansion in this box version, you have everything you need to actually start the game, because in the box you find two full decks of the monsters and the green deck of the scoia'tael, which is the elves and dwarves basically. Alright then. The rules are incredibly simple. Each deck is very similar, very similar. It's just your task to optimize it so that you have no less than, I believe, 22 cards in your decks. In your deck, and to have. This is optional. This serves the purpose of tracking your strength on this card, but this is completely optional. You can just count it in your head. But the most important thing is that you have some tokens with which you can track the life, because you start the game with 2 life points, you and your opponent, and your task is to kill him twice. How to do that? By playing the cards from your hand and to have at the end of the round the strongest army. But is it really so simple? Not quite, because you see, each and every deck is in fact very different from the other. The main difference, I think, is in their special ability. Each deck has its own special ability, each faction, and also how to further differentiate it is to choose one of the 5 commanders. And here we have, some one-time use only ability. For example, here we have Francesca Finderberg, and the card here says take 1 more card at the start of the battle. So it means that you don't start the game with the normal 10 cards in your hand, but with 11. And sometimes it can definitely make a big difference. So the first step: choose your commander. Choose your commander from the 5 given to you at the start of the game. And after you have chosen your commander, it's very important to take a look to the cards you are going to play with and optimize your decks. For example, I have taken a look to the cards I have in here in scoia'tael, and I don't think I will need this clear sky, so I remove it. Remember, there is just a limit of 10 special cards in your deck. No more than that. Alright then, and after we are ready, we can actually start playing. How do you do that? You take the 2 tokens, which will symbolize your life, and place them on your commander card. Each time you lose 1 round, you remove 1 token. And then shuffle both decks and take 10 cards. Or, if for example here Francesca Finderberg says take 1 more card at the start of the game, you take 1 more card, so you start with 11. That's pretty much it. So, once you have drawn your hand, you have the cards with you, and you can take a look at what you have. Remember, there is one simple rule in here. Each one of the players starts with their cards and they can place them one by one. First the first player, then the second place one, 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 one. That's pretty much it. Until somebody decides to pass, and so that they can't play any more cards this round only. It means that they feel really confident in the way they have played their cards up till now. Okay? So, imagine now this situation. For example, I have played as a scoia'tael. For example, I have played the 8th card and get out of Rivia, and with the monsters cards I have played, I mean my opponent has played let's say only the fire elemental. So that would mean that scoia'tael has 25 strength, monsters have 6 strength, total. So scoia'tael feels confident, they don't want to play any more cards, and the fire elemental just stays in there, you know, and the monsters continue the game. They can play as many cards as they want, but it's very important, they really need to think about the future, you know, so that they don't run out of cards so easily at the end of the game. So they can actually win this round, because scoia'tael isn't going to play anything else, and they can start spouting cards like scoia'tael, Leshen, Imlerit here. So now they have 10, 20, 26, 33 strength. They win. 1 round for them, 1 token goes away. A moment ago you have seen me placing the cards in quite a very messy manner. In fact, it's very important how we place the cards, because it is predetermined by the symbols on them. As you can see, we have 3 rows: melee, ranged and siege, in which we place the cards with the corresponding symbols. For example, this is fire elemental with the siege symbol, Leshen with the ranged symbol, and Imlerit with melee. Your opponent also has the same 3 rows with melee, ranged and sieged, so it definitely means that you require a lot of space, at least in this vertical way. Okay. And also when you play the decks like monsters, you also need a lot of horizontal space, because they have some special ability, but this is going to be in another movie. Alright then, and why is it very important? It's very important because there are the weather cards which affect certain rows. For example, freezing cold, which I'm going to show you. Here it is. Freezing cold affects all melee rows, which means that once you play it, not only the opponent's melee units will get frozen, but also yours own. Yeah. So it's very important to calculate whether it is, you know, whether it is to your advantage to play something that can actually affect both of you, or maybe you should actually stop placing the units of the certain kind so that it will only affect your opponent. Yep. So just remember, 3 rows, all of them affected at the same time, simultaneously. Among all the cards that you see in here, some of them have some, you know, special symbols. For example, in here, you see, this is the special ability of this card, but I'm not going to discuss it now. There will be a special movie for that. But there is one very important thing, which is a basic rule, which affects everybody in here, which is the hero cards. Hero cards have this special sun symbol around their strength, which not only never changes, which means they can't be affected by the weather cards or some distractions, but also they are immune to other special effects. For example, they can't be taken from the battlefield with the mannequin card, or they can't be resurrected by some special abilities, like for example Yennefer from Vengerberg. Where is she? There she is. She has this resurrection symbol, so she won't be able to resurrect Imlerit. And also, one very important thing, spies. As you can see, this eye symbol, this is the spy card, and you play it to the corresponding row, but not on your side, but on the opponent's side, which means that your opponent will get the strength bonus from this card. But in exchange, of course, you can take 2 more cards, but so yeah. So it's a very good trade-off, but you need to keep in mind that, and also, once a normal, this is hero card, this is a special spy, but once a normal spy dies, that card goes to the graveyard of the person on whose side it was. So for example, scoia'tael has played some normal spy, I don't know, for example Dijkstra, and that card gets killed, it goes to the graveyard pile, and I can resurrect it with Yennefer. It comes back to my, not to my side, but to their side, but I have resurrected it from my graveyard. That's just one thing. And also, bear in mind that, but I have already mentioned that the hero cards are not affected by the weather and other specials. So how do you actually win the game? It's simple. After the end of the round, you count all the strength of your units and also all the buffs or debuffs that are on the battlefield, and place the counters. During the game, you follow the changes by placing these little counters on your scoreboard. For example, in here I have the monsters with the 31 strength, and let's count the strength of scoia'tael now. We have 15, 20, 26, 36, 38. So let's play. This is 30, the first row, and 8, the second row. You see, scoia'tael simply outplayed the monsters. They win this round. Very easy, very simple, but very often requires a lot of tactics just to outmaneuver your opponent. And that pretty much sums it up. I think these are all the basic rules for the Gwent. Just one more thing, remember that you only take basically 10 cards at the beginning, and these are all your options for the game. You don't draw additional cards except for the times when you play the spy. So, stay tuned for the next video in which I will be explaining all the special symbols on the cards, like for example this pretty one. So, stay tuned and thank you for watching this video. Oh god, I love this box, it's just so beautiful. And these movable sides. Yeah.